Hello everybody and welcome to Gene's Reviews from just a regular dude. Today I'm doing another request, subscriber request. Well, kind of. This is from Colette, and she sent me a link to this one video, but I found a different one on the same topic and I'm going to react to it. It's the 12 dumbest GoFundMe campaigns. I think the other video wouldn't let me download it or something, so I found a different one. But I know a lot of these people that go on GoFundMe, they don't need the money. They're trying to scam people, so let's check this out.
Everyone needs a helping hand now and then, which is why GoFundMe was created. But like any other organization that allows you to obtain money with minimal effort, there's bound to be some people just looking for free handouts. Creating music albums. Now, it's no surprise that musicians have tapped into the GoFundMe niche to look for any sort of money to help create and promote their one-of-a-kind music. But one gentleman took things a bit to the extreme. A man by the name of Pat Fraser created a GoFundMe asking for $80,000 to not only create an album, but also to pay off his student loans. He claims that he wants to create a double album with 2 discs, a combination of 24 hot new tracks. He admits that the album itself will only cost about $10,000 to create, but that it won't be nearly as good unless he's also able to pay off his student loans. I mean, how can you create great music with all the pressure of your student loan debt piling up all around you? It's not like real musicians are under pressure anytime they drop a new album, right? Exercise equipment. Now, wouldn't it be great if you could find a bunch of strangers to chip in for a home gym instead of working and saving up the money to pay for yourself? GoFundMe member J. Allen R. Day is asking for $1,500 for a treadmill because without one, he will die, allegedly. He claims that running gave him his life back, but like any runner in the dead of winter, it can be dangerous to run outside. There's also the possibility of falling, freezing to death, or, you know, getting hit by a car. And he claims that between the cold and the vehicles that can't see him despite his reflective running gear, he's bound to actually die without a treadmill. Giving up running during the wintertime isn't an option either because he said, if I don't run, I go crazy. Well, it took him just over 2 years.
What's wrong with going to like the YMCA or the local gym or something like that? And running. What a bunch of shit.
Years to only accumulate $375. So
Good.
You might want to bundle up, buddy, because it's going to be a while before you get your free treadmill. But I'm pretty sure that you probably could have saved enough money over the past 2 years to just buy one yourself by now. LPGA Tour funds. Now, if GoFundMe has taught me anything, it's no matter how unnecessary the request, someone is sure to give up their hard-earned money to support it. So, meet Amira Alexander. She set up a GoFundMe page to try to raise $25,000 so that she could train for and then compete in the Ladies Professional Golf Association Tour. The $25 grand will be enough to pay for her travel expenses, tournament entry fees, and coaching and caddy fees. But the odd part, however, is that at the time of her GoFundMe page creation, she hadn't even qualified to even be in the tournament. She had to participate and place at an amateurs event just to move through 3 stages to even be considered for the tour. And as of January of this year, she had only passed stage 2. Yet she was so confident that she would make it to the LPGA Tour that she asked for all the money up front. Now, I'm all about chasing your dreams, but the least you can do is work for the money to pay for it. The cost of living.
Yeah, or else set up a GoFundMe page, you know, for classes or something. That would be more legit to me. If she wants to be a professional golfer, and she's obviously not professional, she's still an amateur, set up a GoFundMe to help pay for your classes. But golf, I don't know. I don't know if that would even be legit. Now, someone that wants to go to school or something like that, I could understand that.
Have you ever been on vacation and decided that you're maybe just not gonna go home? Well, one person in this world knows what I'm talking about. Kadiat Youssef made this decision after her 2-week vacation in New York City. So she set up a GoFundMe page in order to raise money so that she didn't have to return to college in Pittsburgh for a few months. In her words, she just wanted to ride the wave of opportunity before returning to school. And what's funny is that back in 2014, another woman from Pittsburgh, who oddly enough looks just like this woman in this GoFundMe campaign, was asking for $3,000 to be able to afford college tuition and care for her mother who had just suffered a stroke. And that's when she successfully raised $4,300. So why does she now want to put school on hold and live it up in New York City for a few months? Well, it just sounds like a stab in the back to anyone who donated to her needy cause back in 2014, if you ask me. However, she keeps asking and people keep giving because she's exceeded both of her goals. Vacations. And speaking of vacations, GoFundMe is full of people who are looking to others to pay for their vacations, like Christina Ong. Now, I guarantee that almost everyone has that dream place that they'd love to visit someday. Christina Ong is no different, except that she doesn't want to have to pay for it. So, she just set up a GoFundMe page in order to raise $2,000 to pay for her 1-week vacation. And if all you're doing is visiting, what in the world do you need that much money for? She says that she knows it's a lot of money, but that she needs the funds in order to cover hotel and food costs. She must have some kind of shopping spree planned somewhere in there too, because you could book a trip to
Eat at Burger King, bitch. You don't need to be fine dining every night.
California for way less than $2,000. Not only does she not have the ability to save up for a vacation, but it also appears she doesn't know how to be thrifty either. A self-published
Super
book
8
cover.
Motel.
If you've ever attempted to self-publish your own book, you know that it can be no easy task. You also know that it can get expensive. That's where Danielle Egypt Lea comes in on GoFundMe. She set up a page requesting $875 for a new cover for her self-published book. She does admit that she's investing more money than what she's getting, which makes quite the selling point for her campaign. And in addition, she said on her page that she had been living with her friend in Germany, but unforeseen circumstances were forcing her to move back to the United States.
Okay, now with computers and everything nowadays, you can make your own book cover. Or if you don't want to make your own book cover, you could probably go onto Fiverr or one of those places and find one a lot cheaper than $875, and it'd probably be damn good.
You know, right around the same time that the money is due for the new book cover? And why would anyone give their money to someone who admitted to not being able to manage their money wisely in the first place? Well, apparently quite a few, as she's earned a little over $1,000 in just 4 months. Is she aware that writing a book while simultaneously working a full-time job is actually possible? Yoga instructor training. Some people use GoFundMe for raising money for people with terminal illnesses or disabilities, but others, they use it to further their career as a yoga instructor. Brett Richardson started a GoFundMe to raise $650 so that he could pay for yoga teacher training. But it's not for his own benefit. It's so that he can, you know, give back to his community and offer positivity and light. It's not like he's going to be making money from his clients or anything. Moving expenses. Asking for money to vacation to California is one thing, but asking people to pay for your moving and living expenses in Los Angeles is quite another. A woman named Doniqua requested $3,000 so she can move to LA in a desperate time of need. And what is that time, you ask? Well, to launch her career in entertainment, of course. Yeah, that's quite an emergency. Birthday extravaganza. We all like to party it up on our birthday, but can't you get your friends to throw you a birthday party? After all, isn't that what friends are for? Well, Lindsay Diane set up a GoFundMe to raise $500 so that she could celebrate her 25th birthday at a music festival. She claimed that she deserved it after the life that she's had to endure. Is she a cancer patient? Has her family been in poverty? Oh, no, not at all. It's just that her cat died. Saving a relationship. Now they say that money can't buy you love, and you can't put a price tag on it either. At least that's what they say. But as it turns out, maybe you can. A man by the name of Azil Still Ball Jr. set up a campaign to save his relationship. Apparently his girlfriend was headed to Miami for spring break, and instead of just simply trusting her, he said that she definitely needed a chaperone, but he didn't have the funds to join in on the springtime fun. All he needed was a measly $300 for a round-trip plane ticket. Regardless, he was able to raise $360 to party it up with his girlfriend. I mean, save his relationship, of course. Plane tickets. Have you ever made a mistake while booking your plane ticket, but you didn't realize it until it was too late? No? Well, that may be because you're a responsible human being, unlike one bride-to-be. One woman planned her wedding to happen in India, but when she booked plane tickets for two of her friends, she entered the wrong return date. In order to fix the problem, she needed to come up with an additional $1,200, which we all know is a lot of money considering she's already paying for a wedding. So she set up a GoFundMe and told everyone to help spread the word so that her wedding disaster could be fixed. You know, why help little Timmy with cancer when there's this kind of crisis going on? Dave Grohl. He set up a GoFundMe page to raise $35,000 to buy Dave Grohl. You know, the guy from the Foo Fighters and Nirvana? Frank claims to be Dave Grohl's biggest fan, and if he can raise the funds, he'd like to hang out and high-five and expletive deleted. He then goes on to say that if it's illegal to purchase another person, or if he isn't willing to sell himself, he'll spend the money on beer, because he thinks that's what Dave Grohl would like him to do. If you send this ridiculous man any kind of money, he'll send you a confusing text filled with emojis. Now that's some kind of motivation. Apparently, it is because he raised a little over $1,800 with some of his donors coughing up $30, $50, and even $200 donations. It all just leaves you to think, do they really have no better way to waste their money? And there you have it.
Okay, now with GoFundMe though, don't you have to raise your complete goal in order to get any of the money at all? Otherwise it just goes back to the people? That's the way I thought it was. And as far as like this guy that wanted to be the yoga instructor and everything, my advice to him would be to just start a YouTube channel, dude, and get a Patreon and just save the money that way. For people to watch your videos instead of going and begging from people that don't even know you, don't have any interest at all in yoga. Start a YouTube channel and do it that way. And you could also get a Amazon Prime membership, and then you could start selling yoga mats and all kinds of stuff in the description box of your videos. Make some money that way. Anyways, that was the 12 dumbest GoFundMe campaigns ever. Some of them were pretty dumb, and that's from the channel Wordlist. It has 60,000 views, and it was recorded 1 year ago. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of that. Like, subscribe, hashtag Mean Gene, and I will see you next time.